Hello, and this is a review of the 97 to 03 F150s. This particular F-150 is an 02. It's a 5.4 4x4 super cab, as they call it. It has a slightly extended cab on the back. And I'm just going to give you an idea what this truck's like to own and drive, and you're in the market for a used truck. You want something to get things done, but not too expensive. How does it compare to the other trucks in this category? Well, let's have a look. I've owned this truck for a couple of years, driven it about 20,000 kilometers, and it's been pretty good. There's a couple of criteria when you're looking for a used truck in this year range. You got your Dodge Ram, you got Chevy half-tons, and the Ford. One reason that I picked this truck is that I was looking for something that made some mileage. These trucks are fairly light, relatively speaking. The two-wheel drive versions are around 4,000 pounds, and then a bigger 4x4 like this is around 4,700. And the next generation, they put a lot of safety reinforcement in it, and it jumped to about 5,500 pounds, and that's not great for your mileage. But this truck's been pretty good. It makes about 18 miles per gallon on the highway. In town, it's about 14 or 15. It's not superb, but the truck wasn't that expensive, so I've been pretty happy with it. Let's have a quick look in the interior here. So these trucks for the age, I was surprised how good the fit and finish is. These plastics are they're pretty hard, sort of early 2000s. The newer trucks, it's very nice soft plastics. It's a pretty basic truck, but it's not like a 90s or a mid 90s truck. They were a lot more truck. They didn't have all these cab configurations. Towards the end of the run, they had super cabs. It's really common now, but I think the last 2 years they had it. But most of these are super cabs with these little flip-up seats. They're suitable for children, short stints. We did an 8-hour drive with my wife's poor sister in the back. She was okay, I think. Good for the dogs and sister-in-laws. This one's got the auto select 4-wheel drive on it. I know some of the earlier ones with 5 speeds and stuff, they have a manual shift on the floor. The thing is about when you're looking for a truck like this in this category, you can be picky because a 4x4 5.4 it's going to be about the same price as a 4x4 4.6 or a 4.2. You can get them for about the same price. So as always with buying used cars, you probably want to be picky and just wait for the spec you want, because it's going to be about the same price. Let's have a quick look in the hood here. These seats are there's a couple versions of seats in here. There's bench seat, and then these are like the normal buckets. They're a little hard, but I found them very comfortable for long trips. They don't cause any back pain. The headrests don't jab into your head like the newer ones. You know, those crazy anti-whiplash ones that are like this. The Focus there came with those. I had to put them in the vise and straighten them out. They jam my head forward. Interesting note, the insurance companies forced U.S. automakers to do it, I think in 2010 for anti-whiplash, but it didn't last that long because I think people were really miserable with their heads jammed forward. Let's have a look at the motor here. So this is your 5.4. They had a couple of different outputs for the years. 3 motors that came on this thing, which you can look up on Wikipedia. Essentially, you got your 4.2 V6, your 4.6, and your 5.4 Mustang motor. The 5.4 is it's the 4.6. It's just a taller block to give a bit more displacement. Mid sort of year, they increased the horsepower on these. This one's rated at 260 horsepower and 350 foot-pounds of torque. But they previous to that were 235, 330. The 4.6 Mustang motor originally was 220, 260 torque, and then it went up to about 230, 290, and then the V6 was 200 horse, 250 torque. I've driven the 4.2 V6 in the two-wheel drive, and it's totally fine. The two-wheel drive is 700 pounds lighter than this. It's the same with the 4.6. So you read lots of forums and people say, oh, the 4.6 is terrible, so slow. But you can get a 5-speed with that thing. If you get a 5-speed and your weight goes down, technically it has about the same power to weight as this thing. So, and this thing is completely fine. I haven't had any problems with this motor. They went to a later motor after this that had more horsepower, 300 horsepower, but there was some spark plug problems with them shooting out. This thing apparently is pretty reliable, if not a little bit down on power. I know the Chevys have more horsepower for this year, and the 4.8 and the 5.3, and they rev up really fast. But this beautiful motor has a trick. It was actually named one of Ward's 10 best engines, I believe, for the year. What's the trick with this thing? It does great truck motor things. It drives along at a really low RPM, and it's very, very smooth. So something I didn't know before I bought this truck is that it likes to rev real low. So when you're driving, it likes to be under 2,000 RPM. And you're like, if you drive a car around, you're like, I don't understand, it's so low. But that's where it likes to be. I've had it rev to 5,000 once or twice, but most of its power is all 1,500 to 3,500, as a truck motor should be, and it's really smooth. So you're probably saying to yourself, all these new trucks have twin turbos, which is great. I drove an EcoBoost. They're really fast. 400 horsepower. You know, this truck only has 260 horsepower. Is that enough? It's enough. I've not towed a huge amount with these. This one is 6.5 foot box, which I think if you have a truck, you sort of want a 6.5 foot box, but it's up to you. It's also got the larger tires for this series, 265 70/17s. I think this is stock ride height, or it has a +1 leveling kit on it. I don't know, but I think it looks nice. Has these aftermarket wheels, came with it. This thing's rated to tow 7,000 pounds. I've towed, I think I've had 2,500 in this thing. I live at 3,600 feet in Calgary, so you lose 14% horsepower here. So driving through the mountains with 2,000 pounds, it's fine. And you can, if you push the gas a lot, you can keep up to everything. But I think if you were at 4,000 or 5,000 and you had hills, you're going to be pushing it. I saw guys in Oregon recently towing full fifth wheels, and you know, they were doing it, but I don't know. So how can I live with this truck? It has lots of power. It has all the power you would need for anything normal, for towing, anything, right? Having 400 horsepower is awesome, very exciting. Do you need it for normal day driving? I don't think so. Should you buy a 4.6? I think if you got a 4.6 and a lighter configuration, it would be completely fine. The power is pretty close to this. If you found one in great condition, should get it, right? But ideally, if you're looking for one of these trucks, get the 5.4, right? If you need 4x4, if you live in a place that has winter and stuff like I do, you know, wait for a great truck. They sold 900,000 of these a year. 900,000! 700,000 in its worst year. So there's lots to choose from. And if you find one that's in cruddy condition, just go see another one, and then another one, and then another one, and you'll find one that's really nice condition, maintained by a meticulous owner, that's got the 5.4. I think the mileage is about the same for all of them. So there's no reason, honestly, to get a V6 unless you find one completely for mint. Also, the V6s in two-wheel drive were 2 inches lower. Interesting note. Anywho, the Dodge Rams, I think, went an overhaul in 04. They were worse on gas. Oh yeah, the transmission in this thing, it's fantastic. It's actually really good. It has really tall, lazy gears, but it shifts really well. The torque converter locks up really quickly. I think they sold a lot of these for a reason. It's a pretty solid truck. I've been really happy with it. Even though everyone in this city has brand new trucks, I've been happy. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. And I have no intention to get anything newer for a while. So if you're considering buying one of these trucks just for booting around, this one has 280,000 K on it. Honestly, it's still pretty tight. It handles well. You know, it's not as nice as newer trucks, but it's also a 10th, a 20th, a 30th of the cost, and it does everything, right? It does everything another truck does. You can tow almost this much? I don't know. Seems pretty good to me. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this review of this series of F trucks. It's a lot better than you think. It's a lot of value for money. I'm usually a Japanese car guy, and I've been really surprised how good this thing is. It's a bit basic, but I think they're solid value. Anywho, see you soon.